What is up? Happy Monday. It's late and I need to work out. I'm very proud of myself. I've mentioned in the past that I've been doing 12,500 steps every day for the last 4.5 months. I have 4 days left, so I officially get to finish my journey. My journey. I get to finish this week. And it's not that I'm going to stop walking, but I get to I guess dedicate that mental energy to something else. Because when you wake up every day knowing that you have this very quantitative goal that you have to like fit in, and for context, it takes anywhere from 90 minutes to 2.5 hours, depending on how slow I'm going. 90 minutes if I'm on the treadmill at 5.0 speed and I'm walking with purpose. It'll take 2.5 hours if I'm walking around my apartment leisurely, or just like doing steps in place. It can literally take 2.5 hours of just doing it over and over again while I'm like watching a podcast on YouTube. So I'm excited to get that time back. I'm more mindful of my movement and having lost almost 20 pounds in 4 months, that I've been, and it's all been, well, it hasn't all been walking. It's definitely been, I've been mindful of nutrition because when I know that I'm like moving more and I'm naturally seeing myself look healthier, it makes me want to make better food decisions. So I have been eating healthier. I'm mostly eating like very basic, but I'll say like 40% of the time, I'm having baked salmon, baked broccoli, and baked sweet potatoes. Like that's the meal. And then I'm supplementing, like I'll have like a protein shake in the morning and a protein shake at night, and then a fruit bowl somewhere in between. But like that's 40% of the time. Sounds so boring, but that's what I'm having. 5% of the time, I am allowing myself a cheat meal and I do poke bowls. I love poke, but the musabi, I think it's called spam musabi, it's so good. I've had it in Hawaii, but having it just in general is amazing. But it's a Hawaiian delicacy. So I'll have that. And then probably the other 45% is like I'll buy a rotisserie chicken from the market and salad. And it's just rotisserie chicken chopped up into the salad. I'll have tomatoes, avocado, bell pepper, and sun-dried tomatoes. And that's it. So super basic, super easy to make. And I just don't think about food. Like, I just don't think, like, I know exactly what I'm eating. And then if I get hungry in between, there's these Oikos protein yogurt cups. I'll have that. And I have it with like soft baked, kind, yeah, it's like soft baked kind seeds or whatever. But that's it. I eat the same thing every single day. And I've been telling myself I'm gonna order a pizza to celebrate the end of this, but I don't know. I don't want it to be a slippery slope. And I don't eat pizza like I have pizza once every 3, 4 years. Like I don't remember the last time I've had pizza, but it's definitely been years. And pizza is one of those foods where it's like I feel like a child. So I think a part of me wants to tap into my inner child and just celebrate um as a child. So there's that. Anyways, really proud of myself and knowing that I am getting on a flight in 5 days. We'll talk about it, 4 continents in the next 4 months. What I got to do to prepare and plan and make sure I maintain my fitness is super important. And I love how I perfectly timed it. Like I didn't know at the time that I would be doing 125 days and if I'd be traveling. And I've taken small trips in between and international as well, but I didn't realize like literally a day after I finish all of this, I'll be on an international flight, kind of like setting off the next 4 months of adventure. So that's really exciting. And I'm just glad I got to finish it, or I get to finish it this week. I say that and I haven't, again, it's Sunday night when I'm recording these, but oh, yay. Sorry, I got good news from my sister. And yeah, I have 4 hours to get it done. So I'll probably use the treadmill tonight so I can crank it out in closer to 90 minutes. I pretty much get 3 to 4,000 steps just from daily activity. I don't leave my apartment, unfortunately. Like I have everything delivered, all of my like things that I need, I just get delivered. So yeah, it's really hard when you have a sedentary lifestyle and you're doing coaching and corporate consulting and everything's like pretty much on Zoom. And then the rest of the day is kind of like free. It's hard to like fit intentional movement throughout. Enough of that. 16personalities.com. I want to talk about that for a second because it gave me like a hug that I didn't know I needed. A couple days ago, I was just really in my feelings. Like when you're an empath, you just feel everything. And I felt the weight of like whether it was like friends going through things, family members, clients, the world, I just started to feel the weight of what was going wrong in everyone else's life. And simultaneously, I had got some like really good, exciting personal wins. And I found myself struggling to celebrate them, almost like I couldn't hold the two in the same hand. And I'm not always good about compartmentalizing. I mean, the whole Um, I compartmentalize really well when I'm on a stage or when like I have a job to do for someone else. But if it's just for me, it's like I will struggle to hold space for all the things because I like bring all of me to every room and I don't really, pretend to like, yeah. So, anyways, I was just feeling all the things and I just felt called to like pray over women who are just like I don't even want to call it midlife, but like 35 plus. You're at a stable career. You're just, I don't know, maybe you got kids, maybe you are I don't know, dating again, but just like you're just not fulfilled with life. I just felt called to pray over them. And funny enough, like I saw an interview or a random Instagram reel about like, when is midlife? And they were asking a bunch of strangers on the street. And people were like, oh, 30. Like the guys said that. I was like, what? Do you know that we are living till like the average woman in the US is living till like 90 is like on the low end. And God willing, I'm living till 100. So midlife is like many years away. And I think many of us that we've heard that term midlife crisis and we start to like attach it to whatever it is that we're feeling now, whether you're approaching the actual midlife age or not, you're like, well, this has to be something. And I think it's normal to have these existential questions that come up and you're just questioning life and purpose and meaning and fulfillment. And some people might call it dark night of the soul, and that's like a whole other path, getting in touch with your shadow side. But overall, it's good to ask those questions. It's way better to have more questions than answers because it means you're staying open and curious to what the future can hold. So, 16 personalities, I am an INFPA. That is introverted, intuitive, feeling, prospecting, and assertive. So introverted, no surprise. I am 70% introvert, 30% extroverted, and I've always known that, but I have faked extroversion most of my life just because I thought that's what would get me ahead. I would look at other people and I would see, like, you're in middle school and you just see the extroverted people get the attention, they get the friends, they get the jobs or the opportunities. And so you feel like having this loud, bold, vibrant personality is what will get you ahead in life. And so you kind of adapt that until finally you get to an age where you're able to shed those layers and that mask off. So I've been able to do that, and that's been great. And knowing that I'm introverted allows me to have these guilt-free days and weeks where I just don't engage with people. And not in general, like I'll, chat with my sister and friends, but like socially, like in person, like not being out and about like that. And with this new city though, which I have some very good news about, yeah, like I don't know if I want to change that or what's also been coming up is that I'm seeing people that I've already admired and respected that live in that city. So I'm like, oh, that's a good sign. Like, okay, some of my people are already there, which prior to looking for a new city, I didn't think I knew anyone there except like a handful, but like distant people, not friends that I've developed a relationship with. So, this being my last week in the US, I'm doing all the things. I have 3 months to pack this place up. I am unfortunately going to be paying double rent for 1 month. And I think that's the cost of like convenience sometimes. That's the price I have to pay for ease. And I remember like just growing up, or just even my 20s, when I'm like struggling and grinding and hustling, and everything felt like an emergency because of the financial anxiety attached to not having a backup. And just knowing that I can afford convenience, I never want to take that for granted. And I always want to be working to maintain convenience because I don't take it for granted. Like it is an absolute luxury. And overall, I'm just really excited. I've had a great time here and I've yeah, let the leasing office know. And I think I'm probably, yeah, when you stay somewhere for 5 years, they like really value your opinion because you've seen probably several management styles, turnover of the security and concierge, and you've seen some stuff. So I was with this place from pandemic on. So yeah, it's definitely been a journey. But overall, I am completely obsessed with who I became in this place and I'm ready for the next version. I already know that I've outgrown this space and this place, and I'm ready for new. And I'm excited for that fresh burst of like, yeah, like again, my Myers-Briggs personality type, I thrive in novelty. So travel, like new environments, chaos, change, foreign stuff, like that's where I thrive. So I've known that I needed to leave this place in order to get to my next version for a while. And it's just good to be finally making those steps to make it happen. Okay, so 4 months over the next 4 months, over the next 4 months, four continents over the next 4 months. I'll be going to Europe, Africa, Asia, then back to the US. And how I'm uh, packing for that, God knows. God knows. My biggest source of anxiety, I have the Apple Air tags, but a part of me wants to put my wedding dress in my, or dresses rather, in my carry-on, but that doesn't actually it won't fit, I don't think, and it doesn't make sense for practical reasons. So I know that I'm going to have to check in the dress, and that gives me a lot of anxiety because it was 3 weeks delayed getting here, and it was a whole thing for it to even make it to me in the first place. So I think I'm starting to develop attachment issues. And I'm in that, look at my nails are in the very in between battered stage where it's like, it's time, girl. So I have to do all the things. The prep before a trip is more stressful than the trip. I got to get a manicure, a pedicure, refill my lashes. Um, yeah, that's it. And then I'll like relax, retouch the edges of my hair. And yeah, I've stocked up on like black hair care and stuff. So excited for that. But yeah, just the traveling for multiple things. I have I don't want to say a new wardrobe, but I have like my clothes that will match the environments of where I'm going. And I'm really excited about that because it's been a while since I've like been excited about my outfits. And a lot of times when there's so much chaos in your closet, you forget what you own and what you have. So I feel like since I've been able to like declutter and straighten things out, I've been able to find outfits I'm excited about again, which is really fun because I don't know, dressing yourself up while you travel is like you don't dress it. Look, this is where I'm wearing this is Stefan's t-shirt, but this is how I dress every day at home. So I'm just excited to dress up and have like a reason to get dressed up. So very excited about that. Meeting people where they're at. I, sorry, my lashes, they're literally on their last leg, on their last lash. So it starts to poke inwards. Okay, meeting people where they're at. Um, I want to talk about that because I think sometimes when we are on a certain journey or a certain, like we're taking steps to change our circumstances, we expect everyone around us to like, all right, come along. And it's time that we're all getting our this up, our that up. Like we're all getting this part of our lives like fixed or leveled up. But it's like, no, it never works like that. When you start therapy, that's not when everyone else is going to be excited about therapy. When you want to invest in the stock market, that's not when your friends automatically find a desire to invest. Like everything has to be in everyone's own timing. So just find people who are already aligned with your timing versus trying to force the people who are in your life to fit into your timing. And I hope that made sense. Okay. My creative flow with storytelling these days, I think because I now have like a trip to look forward to and like some plans solidified and the place, I think last week I talked about, okay, let me finish my thought. I was watching a video and I was like, I hate when people start a story and then they have a train of thoughts, and here I am doing what I hate. Sorry. So my flow with storytelling, I'm finding that again because I think this city that I am moving to, I still don't know. I'll hear back in a couple days, but I think the perfect unit became available. And when I tell you I snatched it up in the within the hour, my realtor and I, we had like alarms to just keep refreshing the page. We snatched it up. So that's really exciting. Um, the only thing I think there might be an issue, and that's where I have that little fear and hesitation, is because of Stefan not having a visa yet and just our situation and my European visa. And so we have to be creative with our immigration lawyer and like what is actually our primary residence and where, yeah, like how do we create an umbrella for everything that we have going on? We had just launched, well, we've soft launched it. The website is going up, but we soft launched the Love Leap. So I think maybe I talked about this last week, but the Life Leap is for individuals and creative entrepreneurs who want to chase another path. And then the Love Leap is for creative couples who have just an interesting story and want to meet other people along the way. And I think sometimes, and I'll get back to that in a second. But gosh, it's really poking. But yeah, so with our situation and all of our documentation and paperwork still being taken care of, which for that reason, I don't even think I'll be changing my last name. Like maybe front facing, I'll add it, but I think on paper it'll be way too complicated and take way too long. So even like that kind of stuff, no one tells you like to prepare for like a 12-month process for not even 12 months, 2-year process for documentation and like don't renew your passport around that time because it'll be null and void. So like all of that is happening in the background. So I'm trying not to like panic or get stressed, but I'm not a paperwork person. So I'm just like, get somebody else to do it. So that's that. But I think because all of these things are finally like aligning, I have a little bit more space for creative storytelling again. And something random happened. Like I was editing a video, it's up now. But I was using the typewriter effect, which is something I've used like a lot in the past. And there's something about typewriting and writing that I just connected all of a sudden. I was like, my first form of art is writing. My creative expression is my words. Like that's always been what I do. So I just, yeah, like getting back to that typewriter effect inspired like different things that I could do. And so I don't know whether it's like writing poetry again or just writing things that, I don't know, just like really come from the soul. I don't know, but words, okay. I say all that to say that before anything gets created, like starting with the basics, words. Like words is how I emote, it's how I express, it's how I put my stuff, my vision into the world. So why am I complicating it by trying to, you know, use video for it's like, no, create the words, like write the script, write the poem, write the thing that you want people to know, and then you can create the visuals after. So I think that's the move. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. Okay, so like I mentioned, gonna be a busy few weeks ahead. This will be the last time you see me in my home, be on the road again. And yeah, be on the lookout for our second company. I'm so proud of us. Like I just what we are creating and have created, it just blows my mind. And I'm just so blessed that I found someone that I can do love and life with. And that's literally the life leap and the love leap. They're almost like they started as passion projects, but they've manifested into something so much bigger. And the people that we've helped and met already, it's just a testimony to like put yourself out there, create the thing, innovate, reinvent. It's never too late to try something different. And I just love that, like, I'll still have like my masterminds. Like, I have two private masterminds that I'll be meeting up with later this year. But having something that I can do with my person is like so fulfilling. And I know most people don't maybe advise that you work with your person, especially before marriage, or, it's just such a big risk. But I feel like if you have the right personality type and discipline and patience and compromise, and you just desire it, like you'll find a way. And I have another friend, a really good friend, who also like loves working with her husband. And it's great to meet people like that because we hear stories of marriage and working with family members even, and they're always like you hear the sob stories or the sad stories, and we need more positive, happy, and successful stories too. So just letting y'all know, 2 years in, two companies later, we really like it. Y'all can check out, yeah, I won't tell you the link yet, but you'll see it soon. Yeah. I'm so excited. We've already got, I think, some of the countries, South Korea, Peru, Greece. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. And I'm just like, I'm still so in awe that this is my life. I think, yeah, I'm just glad I didn't wait on someone to tell me how to do it. I found a way to make it work for what I wanted, and I'm still doing it 24 years later. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.